Hello, and welcome to this demonstration of Trident South Africa's offline digital parts manual. This is the offline version. We have an online version which is covered in another demonstration, but this is an offline version which would reside on your local computer. To use either the online or offline version, you would require a username and password from Trident South Africa, which we would compile for you and send to you. So let's assume that's been done, and let's log in. Here we go. We put in our username and we put in our password, and then we press OK. What happens now is the system, using our username and password, knows what pieces of equipment we have on our mine site, and therefore displays only those pieces of equipment that we have. In this particular case, because we are using an admin password, we see pretty much everything. So basically you would get a summary that looks something like that, which shows you this is everything that you have on your mine, and these are the parts books for those particular items. Right, if we have a look at the screen, generally it's broken down into two sections. On the left hand side here we have a menu system which opens up as we use it to change the screen on the right hand side. Alternatively, you have the very top level of the parts book available on the right hand side, which will take you pretty much the same place, only more directly. So for instance, if we clicked here, we pretty much go into the 12B machine, and you can see its sub-assemblies broken down. If we'd have gone into the other way, this way, we could have the same thing, only now we're looking at it in a slightly different way. So it's really a matter of choice in terms of which of the different menus you want to use. Right, so let's go back to the top here. Let's assume we want to look at the 12B. We can go in here. It's broken the menu down for us on the side, and it's also given us this visual appreciation on the right hand side. If we want to go and look at the parts book, the motor, we can drill down into the motor, and there we have a picture of the motor, and it's live. As you mouse over the different components, boxes come up to tell you what they are. In this particular case, there's a pop-up at the top which tells us this is a W6GF washer. Down below you'll see an orange line, and it tells you W6GF washer, but it also gives you a quantity that's required for this particular assembly. Also, what you'll find is at the very top of the list you'll find sub-assemblies that are within the motor. So for instance, you'll have right at the top you'll have the entire motor. If you wanted to purchase that is item number 200-248, and it consists, as you can see, of items 1 to 32. Below there you have 200-110, which is a smaller sub-assembly which consists of items 16, 21 and 25, and so on and so forth. Further down, obviously, these are individual items, and you can go down and have a look at them. If you are unsure whether it's the correct item, you also have the ability to blow up the manual, and you can also drag it around so you can get a closer look at your particular requirement, and you can obviously zoom right back out again. Right, now in this particular case, the whole idea here really is to send a requirement to Trident South Africa so that we can give you a quotation. So how do we do that? Well, this is not unlike some websites that you may use commercially, and it consists basically of a catalogue as you see it and a shopping cart. Now the shopping cart typically is where your selection of parts go before you send it off to us for quotation. There's numerous ways of doing it. You'll see the little shopping cart at the top here. What you can do is, if you want that particular item, you can click on the little shopping cart. It will tell you it's a 248 bucket motor, and let's say you wanted 5 of those. You can change the quantity, and there you've gone and added it to your shopping cart. You can also go down the side here and tick what you want and use this shopping cart, and it will basically add multiple items to the shopping cart. Okay, so now you want to see what the shopping cart is. Well, right at the top here we have the shopping cart. If we click here now, you can see those are all the items that you've selected, and basically they're ready to go. You can either put your order number in here, you can give us a subject, bearing in mind this is coming on mail, so you can give it a subject, urgent order, whatever the case may be. We already know who you are, so when the mail comes in to us, we're able to react directly to yourself. We have your email address on file as a result of your logon to this particular application. Right, so you can carry on shopping. There's no reason why you couldn't go to a, let's say for instance, a Loco, and also add some of these items to your shopping cart. So you can build up a shopping cart as you go along, and you can always add different quantities, whatever. And as you keep going, you'll see your shopping cart now becomes populated with those particular items. Right, and what happens now is basically you'll see you have the ability to send, and if you send that, you can basically add some code. You can say, let's say for instance, my order number is, and you can put some urgency to it, and then you can send it. And what it does now is it sends an email to info@tridentsouthafrica.co.za, where we get a little file with all your selections, and we're therefore able to come straight back to you to give you a quote. You can see that the email is being opened. There it is. It's got a little and you press send, and off it goes. And then you can clear your shopping cart. You've basically finished with that and carry on shopping. Also, there's a lot more information here than you'd think. For instance, you have some functionality around searching parts. So we can look for a 12B, let's say for instance, and there it tells us we have a 12B parts book, and that will take us to its home straight away. We can also go and look for spare parts. Let's say for instance we don't know where it is in terms of where it exists on the machine. We can put it in, we can search, and it tells us, there it is, it's got it. If you press on the little magnifying glass, it tells you where it exists. There it is, it exists in all these different sub-assemblies, and it's item 3 and all of those, and you can actually go straight to there from the shopping cart to the shopping cart. Also, what we've done is given some additional information. So for instance, not on all of these, it's pretty much under development, but for instance if you go to some of these items, you're actually able to download additional information. It'll be sitting at the top. I think I've taken it out of here to make the actual download a little lighter, but we can include those for you, that's not a problem. So that's basically the Trident South Africa parts books. They're going to grow. There's a high degree of content already, but as we go and as we produce machines, the general idea is to have a parts book for every machine that we put out the door. So I hope that's made it quite clear to everyone, and if there's any questions, please feel free to email me on simon@tridentsa.co.za, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.